Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play of Crusader Kings 2. I am Nerdstalgic, and we are still, episode, oh my god, like 93 now. We're still playing as the Chada Kingdom. Well, Chada Empire, double empire, yeah, Chada Empire times 2. As you can see, we're currently engaged in a war with the Malacca Kingdom. And the war, I think, if I remember correctly, is because we tried to imprison him. Yeah, we tried to imprison him, I think, because we caught him trying to fabricate a claim. And because he didn't like us too much, we decided that we would go ahead and do that so that we could put somebody else in power, I think is the deal with that, if I remember correctly. So, let's see what we got here. Yeah, I don't care about that. I'll leave that up for now. That's not a thing. Open council position. Chancellor. Sure. What do we want to do with this person? I don't even really remember what we were doing. So I noticed whenever I loaded up the game that Maharashtra has split into two different kingdoms now. We have the actual Maharashtra kingdom and then the Silahara kingdom here. So, unfortunately, I looked just to see what culture they were, and they're still the Kannada. Canada. I'm figuring it's Kannada, but which is Dravidian. And because they are Dravidian, we cannot declare a subjugation. We don't have access to the subjugation CB. It has to be the same culture for us to subjugate them. So, and our culture is Gujarati, which is Indo-Aryan or Aryan. So, yeah, we can't declare any kind of a subjugation CB on any of these guys, I don't believe, but we can down here in Sri Lanka, which is kind of strange. I'm guessing there's some history there that I'm not familiar with. We don't need to call in allies, and weak claims, we'll leave that up there. So, I'm a little bit... we're kind of in a weird situation here overall with the game Crusader Kings 2. We're in a bit of a time crunch at this point. Unless you have been living under a rock in your time when you're not watching these videos, then you know that the new Crusader Kings 2 expansion, Conclave, is due out on the 2nd of February. And you'll be watching this video on the 28th, I guess, which is tomorrow. So, I think the 28th. Anyways, the thing is that Conclave is going to change the game quite a bit. So much so that I don't really know how this is going to go, whether it can be, carried over or not. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to draw this series to some sort of closure prior to the 2nd of February, prior to the expansion coming out, because once the expansion comes out, I'm going to switch over. I'm really excited about the expansion. I'm not sure if you guys have seen any of the stuff that Paradox has been putting out about it, but it's got a lot of really interesting changes to how children are educated. A lot of changes to how your council, how you interact with your council, and the requirements of powerful nobles who want to become parts of your council, and a lot of changes to how you pass laws, and a lot of changes to laws themselves. So I'm pretty excited for the expansion, but I think that it's really going to add a lot of punch to the end game of Crusader Kings 2, because what this series has really taught me is that once you get, big enough, military, the game doesn't really become a military challenge anymore. We don't really have any sort of, really nobody in the game right now who can challenge us militarily. Sure, there are other countries that have numerically are similar to us, but with the correct play, they would stand no chance against us because we can just lure them into attacks that are advantageous for us. Instead, where the real challenge comes in for you whenever you become militarily strong is to hold your kingdom together. And I think that this new expansion Conclave is going to add a lot of new wrinkles to that equation. It's going to make it a lot more challenging. As you can see, being Jain has really helped us. Being Jain, it's so stable, If we were not Jain, I'm not sure if we would have been able to hold this thing together as well as we did, especially whenever we have had some situations that were pretty sticky with inheritance, such as when anytime you have a regency, it's terrible. And we recently just had a regency and managed to hold the biggest empire, or one of the biggest empires in the world together with the regency. So basically, long story short, is I'm going to try to get this thing to some sort of closure. My ideal closure would be to become the Samrat Chakvartan. And depending on how much, like when I achieve that, if I achieve that, I'm really crossing my fingers. If we have any time left, then we'll probably start biting into the Arabian Empire. But I don't know. We'll just kind of have to see. So, all right, well, let's get back to it. So it looks like what we've got going on here. What do we have going on here? You are going up here to attack them. Okay. You are sieging? What? Oh, no, okay. You're going there to attack them. Okay. So we're like trying to basically hit their troops up. Maybe I should slow this thing down then a little bit. Okay, now we're probably good. I mean, we were good before, but now we can probably just like, we got 2 units already. Okay, so let's send, say, this one to here. Yeah, and then we'll just, what do we, 1499? Wow. Well, I think we can still do it. We just have to, we can't just take the lazy way and break it in half. So 700 plus 400. Yeah, I think this will work in Dimapur. Alright, so we're just going to siege out 4 different counties at the same time. I don't think we assigned our chancellor to anything. So what do we want to do with this chancellor? We could start, I mean, our guy is really young. He's 22. So there is some allure to actually fabricating claims. I'm not really sure where we want to fabricate at, though. We could try to fabricate Raj level claims on some of the bigger Rajas. We could. So if we look around at these kingdoms here, see which Raj is the biggest. That's 4 counties, 5 counties. That's a big Raj. And 4 counties. Okay. It's going to be, I'm thinking it's going to be pretty hard to beat that Raj that's 5 counties. They don't normally come bigger than that, I don't think. What? Really? Is that de jure? Okay. Okay. We should have been looking at de jure from the start. Okay. Because, yeah, we want to look at the de jure borders for the Raj, because that's what we're going to be able to get de jure claims on, ducal claims. So that's what's important here. It's not what the actual Raj holds right now. Okay, so 5. That's pretty good. That's pretty dang good. What about this? Is this a Raj in and of itself, maybe? That's 5. Okay, wow, yeah. Two and 4. I think let's try to fabricate this one up here that's 5. The Raj of Rakakonda. Who has it? This guy, Mongolesi of Telangana. So he's right here. So this is where we need to send him. And there's a chance I think that we could fabricate that Duke level title there. I know that there's some kind of there's a score limit. You have to have above a certain diplomacy skill to be able to fabricate so high up on the power scale, but I don't recall exactly where that cutoff is, so we'll give it a shot. Even if we just fabricated a county level title, it would be okay. We would just focus our efforts on fabricating on the rest of the counties there. Okay. Better spy master, huh? Not by much. I don't really want to piss this guy off. He's a Raja, you know. And he is directly under us, so I rule in the Chade Empire. It's good to be Samrat. Let's go ahead and speed this up. Excuse me. Yeah, this again. This again. Wow, this guy's old. Sultan Farooq Ironside. I mean, that's a hell of a name. It's a hell of a name. Muhalabid Sultanate. So is that kind of like... I mean, if we look at the map, is that kind of like the Mualabids versus the Azamids? Oh my God, they're having terrible time. Is what I'm kind of thinking, maybe. I'm not too sure. Like, I really need to do. I really need to do a Muslim playthrough. I started one over here as Toglabit actually in an offline game, and had a pretty good amount of fun with it. Had a pretty good time with it. You know, even though Toglabit starts kind of weak, I was able to do some good things there. Okay, a daughter was born to Samrat Prithviraja the Scholar. That's me. That's me. Oh yeah, carousing. I can't forget. We got to push that carousing. Take it to the limit. Oh, she's ugly. I'm sorry. Where'd she get that from? I'm not ugly. I'm a lunatic. Oh no. Oh well. Stark raving mad. Well, you know, we've seen things. We've seen things, guys. We have the Necronomicon. Speaking of which, I've been playing the hell out of the game Darkest Dungeon lately. If you guys are into like gothic horror, indie, you know, kind of like turn-based strategy RPG. Oh my God, it's really hard to describe the game, but it's a lot of fun. A new realm. The king of the Khazars, Khan Kundashik, I don't even know how to say that, of Perm, decided to settle down in Perm, making it his new homeland. Okay, so the Khazars, what does that mean? They're no longer nomadic? Is that what that means? Wow, did I really just... Okay, yeah, it's not the right guy. I was about to say, did I really just like click on where he was without even knowing? Khanate of Perm. Huh? Oh, okay. Huh. That's another thing. I need to do a tribal. I haven't, you know, Horse Lords came out. I haven't even done anything with the Horse Lords themselves. It's so weird. Okay, so he's Muslim, so he's decadent. Ikta. I don't know. I really don't know. I need to. That's why I need to play all these things, so I have more familiarity with those events, so that when they happen, I can explain them to you guys. Is this same guy? My vassal wants to marry my sister. Really? She does have the Lover's Pax. But this would give them. It would basically add additional pretenders, which I don't really, not really too cool with that. So we'll just take a big pass. All right, let's get this thing done. Get this war over with. Hey, what have we fabricated a claim on the Raj of Rakakonda? Well, I know what we're doing next. Oh my God, look at that cost. 671 gold. Lose 300 prestige. But we get a strong claim on that Raj. So we can press that claim. And then... That's very good. We're definitely going to take that. Okay, so we have that claim now on the Raj of Rakakonda. Let's take a look. What else do you have here? Warangal? You have that one. Well, you know what? I'm gonna go. Oh, we fabricated it so quick that we can't even assign the guy to a new job. But at least we know now that 18 is enough to fabricate the on Raj level titles. All right. I probably have to reopen that, yeah. Game's kind of wonky about things like that sometimes. My daughter. I imagine I have some open spots, so I'll just go ahead and do it myself. As you can see, our ticking war score is terrible because we haven't sieged anything yet. My niece. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the changes that Conclave is going to introduce to, you know, educating children. You know, no longer are children going to expressly get the trait that you like, the trait of the person that's tutoring them. It's not going to happen that way anymore. You're actually going to have focuses as children that are going to correspond to the skills as adults, which is neat. Okay. AB stewardship? I don't know, maybe this. Wow, we actually have some. It's amazing. We actually have some Muslim people coming in. I have no problem with that. No problem with that whatsoever. It's fine by me. We welcome all religions here in the Jain Empire. My wife Kakanavati is pregnant. Speaking of which, we have another concubine spot, and she is getting kind of old. Let's see. Search all. Yeah, breaking off the war here to find a concubine. But you know what? I've learned one thing about me, and it's you've got to jump on it. If I remember something, then I need to do it like right then. Otherwise, I run the risk of just forgetting. Alright. Why don't we just say my culture? No, I'm sorry. Any culture. My religion group. Because we're not going to be able to get any concubines outside of our religion group. They're gonna be like, oh, this religion doesn't allow for blah blah blah. And even though that's inherently untrue. Okay, so a few candidates are coming of age. Wow, her scores are terrible, but she's strong. What are you? Strong. Okay. Well, here's what we're going to do. Actually, you know what? Well, let's just check. Could we make you... Yes, we could. Okay, we're going to take this gal as our concubine. And then once one of those geniuses comes of age, as long as we can take her as a concubine, we'll dismiss that older one. We'll set them aside because you can do that since they're a concubine. There's no worry, you know. No sort of repercussion to that. Finally, we get a siege going so we can halt the flow of our ticking war score. Siege of Pithrapuram. Defeat. Really? What? Oh, you must be in some kind of war that we're not in. Revoke Dasapura. I don't think that should affect our war score, but maybe it will. So strange things in this game happen. Things that shouldn't affect whether you can or can't attack a unit, will happen. We've seen that a few different times, I think, in this series where, we had a small group of hostiles mixed with a large group of neutrals that, for some reason, whenever they would attack us, everybody attacked us, and it shouldn't really been that way, but I'm not really sure why it works out that way. Maybe there is some sort of logic to it that I'm not familiar with. Do we have enough? Yeah, barely, I think. I think we have enough. Shrihada. Ah, barely. We got, looks like we got a reinforcement tick. So, I don't know how much longer we're going to have that available to us. We had a son, Luntiga. He's strong. That's a good start there, buddy. Good start. Let's keep on going with it, though. Let's keep on going. See if we can get a genius. I'd rather have a genius, but I'll take strong. Because, strong's good. Gives you better martial score, health. What? Oh. I can't stop thinking of all those prisoners in my dungeon there at my complete mercy. What a thrill it would be to hurt them. To hear their sweet screams, to see the panic in their eyes. So we could oil up the rack, which I don't see really any good reason to do that. Plus, we're hurting on purity already, so we'll take the high road there and gain some purity. Apparently, we've had some good luck here because we've actually gained troops while sieging, so that means we haven't had any negative events happen to these troops yet. The siege is still young. Okay, 2 more sieges down. This one's completely finished. Can we siege that with this? No, we would be just shy. What about this? 785 plus 683, so basically 1500. barely. All right, we'll send them down there. I don't know if I really want you to go that way, so let's go this way. So if you ever want to know how to move troops on a different path, as you can see, if I just click this, it's going to path them through here, which is going to attack the enemy. It's going to path through the enemy. We don't want that. What you do is just reset it back by clicking into where you're at and then hold down Shift and then click the path that you want. So I'm going to click here first, and then I'm going to click here, and then I release Shift and we're good. So that's a very helpful thing. Sundardevi is not satisfied and keeps asking for more toys to play with. Go play outside. Good, she's diligent. Yeah, I'm really excited about the new changes that are coming with the expansion. We've seen a lot of things, even though there are some things that we haven't done yet in the game. So I'm ready for some newness. Okay, so is this the same girl? No, it's a different daughter. Okay, so she's afraid of being fat. So we're gonna let her, even though there's nothing wrong aside from health reasons to being overweight. Okay, we're gonna let it. We're gonna say, yeah, okay, be temperate. It's fine. It's your choice. It's your choice. You can rock out. As long as you have a positive body image, I'm happy for you. Okay, this would be a pretty good time for us to check on the concubine Stitch. Good, she's pregnant. Hopefully she'll have a genius. She's had 2 children so far, but I don't think either of them, yeah. She had one that's ugly. I'm like, okay, where'd that come from? But weird things happen. Maybe she dilly-dallied around a little bit. She had some dalliance. Okay. Wow, she's pretty good stat-wise. We could always marry a concubine too. If we find a concubine with like better stats, we could be like, hey, I'm gonna marry you. Wait a second. Oh, it's because I'm full on concubines. Damn, I was really hoping I could check that first. Alright, well, I'm sorry, Pamava. The times have been good. We had a child together. We had, oh my god, we've had 2 strong kids. But we're gonna have to set you aside. I'm sorry. Sorry. Set you aside. You are no longer, I'm no longer your man. Uh-oh, man. Can't take her. Well, that's a bit of a bummer, isn't it? We were going to have to replace her anyways pretty soon. So, we'll wait. When is she going to be 16? We can check on her. Her daddy's a Thakur. So that might not actually turn out very well for us. Yeah, a lot of these are going to be... Yeah. It's just like they're all Thakurs. So they're just kind of... They're going to be resistant. Alright, I need to educate you. Myself. Okay. Alright, well, I guess we'll put a little cut in there. And in the next video, I anticipate that we will finish up the war with the Malekka Kingdom, and we can put somebody in power that likes us, which is good because we do actually have some factions kicking around, even though... none of them is really... I don't really feel like any of them are too much of a threat. I mean, as you can see, the lowest the lowest opinion is this guy here, and it's 24, which is really not that bad. And we could bring it up to 34 in a snap just by giving away that, the county that we're over in our domain. So we could probably also get rid of these guys by giving them honorary titles and gifts. So, but yeah, so we'll finish up this war, and then we'll probably be going to war pretty quickly with Silahara down here. And yeah, just going to keep working towards our goal of becoming the Samrat Chakvartin. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and until next time, game on.